You are listening to the Primetime Podcast with your hosts, Bryant Chisel and Jake Jorgensen. Hello, 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 boys and girls. It is time for the rewind. Week 3 is in the books. We are looking ahead to week 4. I lost again. Feels great. Matchup of the week did not go too well for me. We are here with lovely Jake Jorgensen. Jake, how was your Jersey Mike's today?
Actually, pretty good. Can't complain about Jersey Mike's today.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's some Jersey Mike's for lunch, and not the toughest thing to predict, but I feel like there was a couple where Bryant was predicting it the last couple of weeks, and it wasn't the case, but today it was accurate.
That's huge. And this week we also have Greg. Greg, welcome in, dude.
Welcome here, filling in for Abby. Happy to be here.
Yeah, filling in for the GM, Abby. Yep. I did actually, for the people, I did try to get Abby on the show instead of Greg, and it didn't happen this week. But maybe someday we can get that to go. We'll see. We're gonna have to welcome her as the true GM of. Also, I guess this might be a good time. Greg, your team name, dude. I love it. Brock Community's Credit Union is really funny with the Chase Bank.
I thought that worked, and I'm like, that better fit. I'm be mad if it doesn't.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I would have, if you would have told me that, I would have guessed it wouldn't have fit. So I'm happy that it does.
It's literally exactly like the limit.
It's incredible. I actually showed Bree the
Oh
name,
yeah,
and she laughs too. So that's how you know it's good.
Good stuff.
Oh, geez. All right, well, we got a pretty standard schedule today. We can go through the matchups from the past week. Starting with whoever got blown out the worst, not me. Nice. Lemons. 3-0 versus 0-3. That's disgusting. Jonathan Taylor is a dog, back-to-back number 1 running back. And I guess the Minnesota defense, 33.5 points from your defense is going to do that to a guy. That game was nuts. Every time, dude, Cincinnati just kept turning it over and turning it over. It was ridiculous. I love it. So, other than that, Preston's team really wasn't that good. I guess I should say Puka was a dog. I kind of just expect that from Puka at this point. But, wow, that's incredibly consistent. He's got to be the number 1. Right? What's his number 4 is his rank? I don't know if that includes other positions. That's awesome, though. Wow. Great for Puka.
I'm guessing that does include other positions because I'm just looking at, he's got almost 80 points in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, he's number 1 for wide receivers, and it's not that close. He's number 1 by 10 points. So, yeah, all offense, he's number 4. Only ahead of him is Lamar, Josh Allen, and JT, and they are all quite close. The fact that your wide receiver is neck and neck with the top quarterbacks in the league, yeah, that's pretty good.
With Devontae also putting up numbers too. So that was one of the worries one of the worries was Stafford's health, and the other one was, does Devontae take away much? Same thing with Devontae. Does Puka take a lot? No, they can both eat, and they have been so far.
Yeah, so far so good on the Stafford health thing. I'm not going to lie, that scared me off Puka in a different league in the offseason, and I regret it immensely. So, you live and you learn, I guess. On Lemon's side of the ball, there was not a lot of happiness other than James Cook. That was the Thursday game, I want to say. Buffalo, Miami?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yeah, touchdown for James Cook. 100 rush yards, living the dream. That's a pretty good game. Trey McBride had a pretty good game, too. Terry McLaurin, I heard, got a little banged up. I think he saw a hamstring specialist or something today, so not a good sign for him. And Lemons' bench is pretty diabolical, so he needs Rashee Rice back badly. Judkins is good. He can start Judkins going forward.
Yeah, he would have never guessed that Judkins would be his maybe starting over Genty next week.
Yeah.
It's been a really tough start.
He might not be able to do that because of flex. Terry might not play. But if Terry does play, you might be right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was just thinking there's some crazy stats about he's like literally getting hit before the line of scrimmage most of the time, or the exact time their line is so bad.
Yeah. I want to say he had negative yards before contact, and it was quite a large negative number.
Yeah.
So that's tough for NT owners. Lemons, check your inbox, dude. I sent you a trade the other day. Not gonna lie. Might have
That's also pain because I'm always a guy that drafts a lot of rookies, but you really hate to draft a lot of rookies that they're not doing well, and then you get all these offers coming in because they suck. So everyone's trying to buy low. That is like double pain.
You better hop off, Jake. Let me cook.
You just saying that made me feel like I need to send an offer rejected too. So we'll see.
He's not gonna accept shit, dude. My offer is better than what you offer. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of it for this one. Tyreek Hill had another pretty good game. I think he's been kind of solid, surprisingly. So, if Mantha needs to start Tyreek, he can. I don't know if I would. Maybe Breece Hall hits the bench. But yeah, other than that, I mean, matchup was pretty clean cut. Greg, would you like to comment on Patrick Mahomes being bad at football?
No, but I've seen Mike's point total. I never actually looked at his team till today, and looking up and down his roster, it looks like a solid team. It's just kind of snake bitten. I mean,
that's exactly what Jake and I said before the season started when we were doing our preview or whatever for the year. We were like, "Oh, this is actually a pretty good team." Wonder, yeah, was it last week?
Kind of got screwed with Genty. I mean, that is probably the right move to pick first overall, but it just hasn't worked out yet. I mean,
it's tough, right?
One thing that's going to be interesting for Preston now is Trey Benson is more fantasy relevant, and he's already got good running backs. So he probably, I'm not sure if he can start him next week. I'm interested to see what his projection will be, but
I wouldn't
be surprised if he traded away a running back and a receiver for an upgrade in one of the two. It's the type of move that I would probably look to do if I were him. But
Breece has Miami.
We shall see.
Dang. That's a pretty good matchup for Breece. I was gonna say I would start him over Breece, but kind of a toss up. They both have good matchups. Yeah, Mantha could be trading. Mantha doesn't trade though, let's be honest.
No.
Boom. Roasted.
Alrighty. Next matchup is me and Brandon. This one was depressing a little bit. Mike Evans got hurt. Drake London was pretty mid again. Chase Brown, dude. Dude, the Bengals are so bad. It's outrageous. Oh my God. James Conner hits the IR with an ankle injury. The team is just getting torn apart, man. Ricky Pearsall had a good game. That was kind of cool. I started him. I was debating between him and Michael Pittman in the flex, and it turns out I was right either way. That's cool. I actually, before kickoff, I put Michael Pittman in, and then I got the notification that Juwan Johnson wasn't playing, so I put Ricky Pearsall back in, and all that worked out, I guess. My bench, Olave continues to be very solid. Shakir is inconsistent but good sometimes. And the rest of it is kind of bleak. Rams team started the wrong quarterback, imagine. Caleb Williams dropping 40 points on the bench. I think Caleb Williams might be in his lineup for a while. Bo Nix hasn't really been that good, Jake.
He's been really bad, actually.
Yeah, how does that make you feel, buddy?
I mean, I didn't actually draft him anywhere, but I did think Bo Nix was going to be solid, and I think he's the lowest graded quarterback right now. Maybe not lowest, but bottom 3 or something.
PFF, you're saying?
What'd you say?
You're say graded. You're talking PFF.
Yeah, PFF grade. Unless that was just from the last week.
Yeah,
that can't be right. I don't know, but I saw something like that. He's not been good, but Courtland Sutton can still get points.
Oh yeah, Courtland Sutton's fine. Honestly, I think the problem with Bo Nix is just his running. He hasn't really been running that much. 33 yards, the most he's had, and it was this past week. I think if I were a Bo Nix owner, I would be hoping for at least 33 every week, not that being the most you have on the season. That's part of the upside with him. But not really getting that. But yeah, Courtland Sutton's going to get his. You are absolutely correct. Bo Nix threw for 153 yards, and 118 of those were to Courtland Sutton. That's actually a ridiculous stat. I did not realize that until just now.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Tet had a pretty down game, but what do you expect when Carolina beats the absolute brakes off of Atlanta? Goodness. 30-0. Bijan, Achane, both solid. Nothing crazy, but definitely nothing to be sad about. Njoku was the correct start.
Yeah,
that's actually crazy.
I was about to say we had to recap that as we went over the 3 tight ends for a bit. I remember Njoku was the guy I said first, and then I changed my mind. You convinced me with Fannin, and didn't work out. Also, I did not realize that he's like number 44 or something weird like that for a tight end. It's a really weird number.
Fannin. Yeah.
Fannin. I think it was like that. Maybe not.
No, he is.
It was a weird number.
You're right. I believe it is 44. Yeah, it reminds you of a fullback number almost.
He's way too good to be number 44.
Yeah, he's
as a good tight end. He'll definitely change that number. But
I don't know, man.
Also, shout out Brandon for figuring out his decisions when he was deciding between starting Javonte Williams and the tight end. So Javonte would have got his points if the Bears didn't kill them in that game, which nobody really saw coming.
Yeah, that game. I wanted to hate watch that game really badly. I was hoping the Cowboys actually beat the Bears, and I mean, I'm always down for a Cowboys loss. But all right.
Yeah, I mean, it was directly following the Packer game, and after we already saw the Vikings have like the best game. It might end up being their best game of the year. It has to be with how good their defense played.
Dude, that was nuts.
After that, then you see the Bears dominate. You're like, this. Of course, the Lions are going to win against the Ravens on Monday night. That's how this is going to go. It's a tough week for the Packers fans out there, but you know what? That just maybe hypes up our Packers-Bears game down the line more. They'll have a better record. We'll see if they stay in it, but that was the best game of Caleb Williams' career. It has to be.
It was also a tough week for the majority of the league when it comes to the marquee matchup selection. Jake, you and Manthai were the only ones that took Brandon. He didn't even take himself. And I let the...
He didn't take himself?
No, he did not.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
There should be a rule if you don't take yourself and when you don't get the
I agree. Yeah, you can do it.
Diabolical.
You can do it for your own percentage, but you don't get the fab.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, yeah, only 2 people in the league of 10 got this matchup correct. So kudos to Manthai and you, Jake. Both the guests on the show last week, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, well, that does it for this one, huh? What do we got next? Wow, so these are pretty good ones. Jake, I think it's yours. You and the El Gay. This is kind of a tough one for Lane. Jordan Love getting 8 points. That had to have been tough to watch. You kind of expected a down week, going up against Cleveland in Cleveland, but I don't think you expect 8 points. Kyler
I didn't
15.
expect that at all.
You tack on 7 to Lane. He's still down, but he's only down 8 at that point. Marvin Harrison Jr. hits the bench because that guy stinks at football, and you flex in J.K. Dobbins instead, and boom, there's your points, and you. Congratulations, Lane. Actually, he might. If that happens, he might lose by like a fraction of a point. Tough. Yeah, how does it feel to have CeeDee Lamb just die, Jake?
That was rough. This game was over. It was actually over before that happened. Like he's projected. Was he really projected 25 points?
Yeah. Dude, it's the Bears.
That's actually crazy. 25 is wild. But no, this was like a complete week for my team. Jalen Hurts had like 8 the week before or something, so this kind of flipped with Jordan Love scoring 8 here. Everything went right. I made some bad decisions with the bench. 3 for 3 on incorrectly timing Garrett Wilson, but he's no longer with my team, so I can't incorrectly pick Garrett Wilson anymore.
That is huge.
But he should have been started. Like when I say incorrectly, it just means I benched him twice when I should have started him. Really, like he had one bad week, but he's been pretty good. I didn't know what was going to happen with Tyrod. and I had like other receivers I was confident in. David Montgomery's he's tough. He is never going to be projected a lot, but there are games like this he's going to score 30 points, and I didn't need it luckily in this matchup, but yeah, he's in my starting lineup from now on. Either way, Jordan Mason, we kind of talked about this in Snapchat, but he is legit, and he'll be around on the Vikings for a while.
Very
so.
legit. Jake, I will
very
make
happy
a
with
comment on your David Montgomery play. I would not play him this week against Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Oh,
yeah.
The only thing I'll say is it's after I just traded Kyren Williams, so I have less options here.
See.
So we'll take a look at that. But
well, you're going to be taking that fat L this week, buddy. Greg's like, do I play Jake?
Yeah.
No, damn.
But no, this was a very good week for my team. Quality win.
Yeah, losing CD is tough. But everybody else popped off for the most part. I mean, J-Mo was pretty disappointing, but everybody else was good. That's nice to see. Honestly, Lane's team was okay too if you take away the Jordan Love stinker. And I don't know what you do with Marvin Harrison. He's kind of just not that
tough.
good at football.
He's got him oh, sorry, Greg.
Oh, you go.
I was just going to say, I know he has Marvin Harrison Jr. in both leagues, in this league and the Dynasty League, and I don't know what he's going to do, but I don't think he's going to start selling him.
He's a Kyler hater. I don't know if he's a Marv hater, but I know he's a Kyler hater, which I feel like those might go hand in hand.
He is a Kyler hater, but he's got Kyler in both leagues and Marvin Harrison Jr. in both leagues. Yeah. He hates them and also rosters them.
This feels like Lane might be a masochist.
Was Marvin Harrison, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really think he broke 30 a lot last year either. Like, he's never really arrived.
He had boom games last year and bust games last year. He was kind of just inconsistent from what I recall. I remember he did have one game. Maybe they were playing Seattle. I don't remember who they were playing exactly. It was at George's kid. It was at Avery's birthday party. And he dropped 3 tuds. I remember watching on the, I don't know, was that a projector or a giant ass TV?
Giant TV they have there. Yeah, I remember that now.
That's the only time I remember him having a good game, though. I'm verifying, but
I believe he has 3 games with over 100 yards and 12 with under 50. It's that tweet I saw.
Yeah, that's not good.
No,
that is not good. Yeah, so last year as a rookie, he had week 2 had 29 points. Week 8 had 23, and those are the highest. So no, he has never broken 30. I guess he must have had 2 tuds that one week. That must have been week 2 against the Rams. 8 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Because he definitely had multiple touchdowns. That's the only game of his career he's had multiple touchdowns.
Should be getting Xavier Worthy back soon, which will be good for Lane's team, though.
That's true. Yeah, they're talking about him.
I think he'll be back this week.
I think I got a notification that, was it him that was a full? No, Chris Godwin was a full participant in practice. Mm-hmm. Although apparently Worthy was too. So yeah, it seems like he will probably be back. And he's playing Baltimore. I'd probably fire him up.
Yeah, I would too.
A little risky, but it's not like too much worse. Marv kind of cheeks. Derrick Henry keeps fumbling. Been kind of disappointing lately. He'll get back on track. Cleveland and Detroit are both pretty good defenses. I wouldn't worry too much. Although Kansas City is pretty good defense too. And Houston. And the Rams.
Oh man. Only other thing I have from my team is Matthew Golden. He didn't get that much action, but compared to the first couple weeks, he did, and he does look legit. I will say that. And we played a tough defense, and our offensive line was absolutely god awful. So you have to think.
Yeah, there's no time for him to run those deep routes. There was no time for him, and you would expect that this week against Dallas, be time for him to run those deep routes.
Oh yeah.
Unless Kenny Clark has 3 sacks.
Might happen. We'll see.
I think he might be leading the Cowboys in sacks.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. He definitely has more sacks than Parsons right now.
Yeah, because Parsons only has, 1.5? 1?
I believe so. But that's just Rashawn Gary's stealing them all right now.
Yeah, Gary's leading the league, 4.5. Big. All right, let's move on. We got next. This one is 6 points. Go. All right. Cade and Brinkman. This was kind of a stinker for 2 teams that are actually pretty good. Nick was 2-0. Cade was 1-1. It's funny, honestly. I'm impressed with how well Cade drafted because he had no draft picks and his team is actually really good. So kudos to Cade. I usually don't like dabbing people up in the league because I hate all of you, but yeah, that's pretty solid. You're a goof. It's kind of crazy that the dude, they put up 38 points and he had less than 15, but Montgomery and Gibbs both just, dude. I think Montgomery averaged like over 10 yards per carry.
Yeah.
I don't know what Gibbs averaged, but he was popping them off too. Watching that game, Detroit, if they would have ever thrown the ball, it was a mistake because, Jesus, you could just run for 10 yards every play. Ridiculous. Nico Collins and JSN are both dogs, although JSN is he's insane. Dude's had all games 20 plus this year. I just traded for him in a different league. Felt pretty good. Saquon was disappointing. I think that's going to happen with Philly. But at the same time, this was the first game this year that Philly had to throw the football because the Rams actually seem pretty solid. So when they throw the football, maybe Saquon doesn't get it as much because Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown both had really good games. Kind of cool. So, Super Camario, not so super this week. He'll be fine. Saints kind of stink. Although, is Rattler still throwing the ball in New Orleans?
I think so.
Did he play again this week? I thought I had heard that they were talking about switching. I can't remember.
I can't say I can remember anything about that game.
Played. Yeah, that's a good point.
Or watched a single highlight. I know nothing about that. I'm assuming he was.
Understandable. I mean, it was 44-14. Kelce was pretty disappointing. Honestly, dude, Xavier Worthy's going to be back now. Travis Kelce's, he's okay, right? There are definitely worse options out there. I mean, it's the tight end position, but also not what you drafted the guy for, right? I mean, dude's going to be like the tight end 5 or 6 if he stays healthy.
For more context, this is Cade's first week after trading for Travis Kelce for my team for a 10th. And that was kind of funny seeing him in the chat with the Mark Andrews.
Oh, I forgot
so
that
this was, yeah. So he would have had Mark Andrews, and I actually wasn't watching this matchup close enough. I should have been apparently, but yeah, the Baltimore defense looks like that was it for. That was the only player from that game, right? Let me see. Sure, line on here. No, it looks like it was just Baltimore in that Monday game that lost it for Nick. Oh, no, I'm an idiot. Jared Goff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
It was close, though.
Oh, wow, that game did go down to deep Monday night. Yeah, Cade. Oh, if Cade would have lost that game and Mark Andrews was on his bench after trading for Travis Kelce, that's got to be such a kick in the nuts if that would have happened.
Yeah.
That is classic Mark Andrews, though. Last year, I traded him to you, Jake. Cade effectively traded him to the waiver wire by getting Travis Kelce. I'm surprised he didn't cut Mark Andrews, actually, to make room for Kelce. And, well, there it is. He's going to be the number 2 tight end rest of the season. Congratulations, Cade.
Yep.
So, Wandale was bad. He'll be okay. The Giants. Well, I don't know. We'll see, actually, because they're going to start Jackson Dart this next week. Allegedly. That'll be interesting. Chase McLaughlin, cooked. He's a stud. Malik Neighbors is pretty bad. It looks like the Giants were just bad. BTJ continues to be disappointing. And Jake Ferguson was a stud with no CD. You fire him up every week for as long as CD's out. Omarion Hampton's going to be a guy after Najee got hurt. And Isaac Tesla.
Pickens with CD out too. That's going to be playing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep. Are you going to be starting Pickens and Fergie? Oh, I probably would. It's tough.
Yeah, Nick's team got better somehow. This is a loss, but he might actually be happier with what happened this week around the league.
I'm benching Lad McConkey going forward for either Pickens or Igbuka, and debatably, actually almost certainly benching BTJ for the other one of those guys.
Also, I'm a Tesla guy, but I don't think he should be rostered in this league.
I agree. He's not worth a roster spot. Sorry, Nick.
I've got him in the Dynasty League, and I have a tough time thinking about when I'll start him in the Dynasty League. But like the lines are just so set for a while and don't need to pass the ball, like you said.
They don't need him, right? They chuck it up to him every now and then and he makes cool catches, which is really awesome. He looks talented, but he's not relevant for fantasy right now. Not like Quentin Johnston is, though. That guy's a stud. He's actually cooked.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, fantastic win for Cade, even though a bit of a cheek clencher at the end there. Yeah, Baltimore, dude. Dude, I don't know why Nick has Baltimore's defense.
Well, they've been negative 2 weeks now. Dang.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
Their defense
against
is bad.
Detroit.
They locked down Cleveland, but who doesn't lock down Cleveland? Even the Packers locked down Cleveland, and we lost. And they had a touchdown in that game, probably a pick six. Flacco threw receptions for days. Yeah, I don't know, man. They play the Chiefs this week. I'd probably just cut Baltimore's defense. They have a pretty good stretch of the schedule late in the year, so maybe you can chuck them in there, but yeah, I don't know. Well, he can. No, he has nobody. Yeah, whatever. Last matchup, we got Greg, you and George. How did this feel, by the way?
Just kind of more relief than anything. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'd like to gloat over George, but going into Monday wasn't too confident.
This is George right now.
The biggest thing to remember is we're dead.
We're dead. Yeah. He changed his team photo to I'm a head out, and I don't know what the O's are for.
I think like 3-0, like he lost 3 times. That's the only thing I could think of.
That's what I'm thinking too, but I don't know if George is clever like that.
Boom. Roasted.
So, breaking down this one. Lamar and Rome are both good. Jefferson's going to be like this all year, I think. Now, to be fair, their defense, I mean, nobody on Minnesota's offense other than Jake's guy, Jordan Mason, really cooked. They had short fields. There were defensive touchdowns. There was no need for them to throw the football in this game. So maybe brighter days are ahead for Jefferson, but I'm worried about him, man. Although with Carson Wentz, it might be better. Not gonna lie. Tony Pollard, Rashad White's bad, dude. You can't be starting Rashad White.
Doesn't really happen much for running backs, though.
Yeah, George's running back room is bad. He needs
really bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
Wow, horrendous. He did make some waiver moves this week, so he's trying to fix it. But I mean, nobody you're picking up is really that good. So yeah, George's team is. I mean, honestly, you patch that running back spot, you get yourself a legit guy, and not bad. I mean, Lamar, Rome, Jefferson, even Pollard's pretty good. I mean,
there's AJ Brown on the bench, right? Yeah. He hadn't traded him yet. I'm not sure he's gotten rid of him yet.
I do like that. I think this is the first week George benched AJ Brown, and well,
yeah.
Oh, it's just so easy to make fun of him when he starts AJ Brown and he gets 2 points and two targets.
It's electric, isn't it?
It's so easy. It's so easy.
It's a win-win.
He actually wasn't really supposed to get any work this game, but the Eagles were down so big that Jalen Hurts actually had to pass the ball for once.
Well, that's
and they came back.
When the Eagles struggle, AJ Brown's going to be good. No, there aren't that. The problem is there aren't that many teams that the Eagles are going to struggle against. Maybe Tampa's one of them. Maybe Denver's one of them. Probably not. Minnesota could be one of them. Yeah, I don't know. AJ Brown's going to be weird because it's going to be tough to bench him because he can do this, right? And he looks good out there, man. I mean, he was making kids look like children. Greg, pretty solid. What are you doing with Jamar Chase? Oh, I know what you're doing with Jamar Chase.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I guess.
Sending him to Jake.
I want to know if you were thinking about starting Danny Dimes in this matchup, or if it was tempting at all, or if Baker's been good. So it's
getting tempting. I'm riding with Baker. I really like Baker. I think he's just good fantasy because even if they're down, he'll get good garbage time. But it's been tempting against some bad, like against I think next week 2 weeks from now he plays the Raiders. I don't know. I think it's a good problem to have, but I think I'd ride with Baker just unless they play I don't know. maybe the Browns or something.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree. I see them both pretty similarly. You got to kind of play the matchups, and even then, I mean, it just Daniel Jones feels like a trap, but there's no reason to doubt him other than the past like 6 years, however long he's been in.
I don't know. Those Colts quarterbacks are good for 1 year usually.
That's a good point, or at least half a year.
Yeah.
You got Godwin coming back this week. It sounds like so.
Yeah, that's him or Etienne's kind of the big, I guess, decision this week for flex.
Yeah, you have to create a roster space. Well, Jaden Higgins going to be on the waiver wire.
Already did, yeah.
Oh.
Higgins is gone.
Oh, is it him? Nice.
Yeah.
I know you so well, Greg. Hollywood Brown might be kind of irrelevant soon.
I paid 31 fab for him. He's not leaving anytime soon. I'm going to make that 31 fab worth it.
That's tough.
Just gotta get the game of the week right 11 times.
Yeah, you just
and you'll be all good with Hollywood.
That was my logic. When I spent it, I'm like, game of the week, I'm going to get fab back. I can't afford not to.
That's funny. Well, Tracy might be taking Godwin's spot on the IR.
Hopefully they finally designate him. He's still doubtful, I think.
Yeah, he is. We'll see. Dislocated it in 2 to 4 weeks, apparently. Interesting. Well, your Gibbs patches a lot of holes. Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I did not see that coming when I drafted him like the 12th or whatever round I got him this year.
Stud, dude.
When I drafted him, I thought he was still in the Bears, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, me. Brock Bowers was somewhat disappointing, but it's fine. And everybody else was average at best.
Yeah, Keon Coleman, I kind of thought after the first week, me and Cade were in talks and we were talking pretty high trade prices, and now
Cade
like
loves Keon Coleman.
I think I'm going to have to work something off Cade, but it'll be for a whole lot less. I imagine what we're talking about week 1.
Last year he traded for Keon Coleman with me. He gave me Shakir and a pick. That worked out. Interesting. Now he's going after him again. Well, probably not anymore. We'll see. You got to wait for him to score another touchdown.
Yeah, I got to wait for him to hit one more 20 week and sell really quickly.
Yeah. All right. Well, that about does it for the matchups. Big win for Greg. Keep the standings real quick. We have no team. Preston Manthai. Who would have thought? 3-0. Nick, Greg, Lane, and Jake, and Cade are all 2-1. A lot of 2-1 teams. That does not spark joy in my heart, as Brandon and I are the 1-2 teams, and we have a pair of defeated teams in George and Lemons. Both y'all teams are trash. Players of the week, Caleb Williams. There were a lot of like oddball players of the week this week. Was kind of weird. Caleb Williams had 39.12 on Brandon's bench. JT, a player you'd expect, 37.8 on Manthai's lineup. Trey Tucker, 45.9, led all players in all positions this week. He was a free agent. We'll go over who picked him up in a minute. Hunter Henry, 27.4, also was a free agent. Chase McLaughlin on Cade's team had 21, and the Minnesota defense had 33.5 with Preston after they whooped up on the Bungles. Keep the transactions. We had some good ones. We got some fab offers going on here, right? Yeah. There we go. We got 3 fab competitions here. First up, Trey Tucker awarded to Brinkman. Jake bid $0 on him. Brinkman got him for 21. I understand that, Jake.
I didn't even really want him that much.
I don't buy into it.
Okay, Jake. Yeah, okay.
I didn't really want.
I didn't even want Trey Tucker. I'm glad Nick got him.
I didn't even want to throw $1 there because I don't think I might want.
This
Trey
is
Tucker.
for Nick.
Boom, 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 boom.
I mean, he's been all right so far this year, and I don't know if it'll really change. I mean, what else are they going to do? It's not like he's playing because of an injury.
I'm glad Nick is trying. He's got the roster that has the least likely chance of starting him eventually.
That's actually, yeah,
he's got him. Never has to play against Trey Tucker, yeah.
Dropped 21
Respect
bangers. George got Woody Marks for $10 hairs. George spent up on the fab this week, by the way. I don't know if you guys looked.
Yeah, he dropped 50 on Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Like, I can't talk because I dropped 31 on Hollywood Brown, but it's like...
No, that made you look better.
Yeah.
Brandon put a $0 bid on Woody Marks. George got him for 10. George needs running backs like a fish needs water, right? So I get it, but also, I don't know, man. Is he ever going to crack your lineup without an injury? Maybe. Texans' offensive line is just so bad. All right, and then I got the Broncos defense for $5 hairs. Greg put in a low ball offer of $2 hairs. Didn't get him. Keep that out, buddy.
Feels bad.
Yeah, we're playing the Bengals this week. That's so big. This is going to be the week that Jake Browning remembers how to play football, isn't it?
Hoping I just got rid of Chase.
So speaking of the devil, George picked up Hunter Henry for $50 and nobody else bid. Hunter Henry. Oh, dude, that is tough.
The biggest thing to
I'm just seeing this like George must have saw the 27 from last week, but just totally missed out on Trey's 40. He would have bet 100. I would have seen that.
I feel like Hunter Henry does this every year where he has a stretch of him being an absolute beast and then he just kind of stinks.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know. I mean, I get it, right? He wanted the tight end. He got the tight end, fair play. Brinkman got Trey Tucker. Talked about that one. George also got Kenneth Gainwell for $10. This one I understand a little more. Kenneth Gainwell is low-key startable in a flex on George's team and probably George's team only in this. So maybe Lemons' team. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Going to get your guy, I guess. You spent some cash, man. $70 George spent in free agency this weekend.
Say it one more time.
$70 George spent.
Oh, gotcha. Wow.
Insane.
Jake, you heard it the first time.
Yeah.
I was really hoping you were going to say 17, Brian, on that second one, but no.
Why?
I just that's a lot of money. Respect, George.
I understand.
This could
you choked on your drink a little bit.
He might never lose again. Yeah.
He might never lose again. This team will never lose again. Ollie Gordon, $5 to Brandon. I like that pickup. I don't know if I like the Josh Downs drop. I don't know. He's been struggling a little bit, but he's tough because he's going to have good games and he's going to have a really bad game. Matt Stafford, George got for free, showing a little bit of restraint, understandably so. I mean, Stafford hasn't broken 20 points yet this year. And that about does her. Tajay Spears got scooped up as he's designated to return off IR. Brandon's looking ahead. I respect it. I mean, Tony Pollard hasn't really done anything, and he was the lone guy, so I don't know what you're really going to get out of him, but maybe a couple catches, I guess. All right. Matchup previews, gentlemen. Eating potatoes right here. First up, me and Nick.
We looking at any trades?
Oh, yes. My bad, Jake. Thank you. Doesn't show up in the all transactions. Oh, it does. It's just down. My bad. There were 2 trades. On the same day, I believe. 23rd. Yep. All right. The 2 men on this show, Greg and Jake. It was an interesting one. This was a blockbuster deal. Ja'Marr Chase leaving Chase Bank, ending his membership, closing his accounts. For Kyren Williams and Garrett Wilson, and first, very good return.
Yeah, I was just going to say that we had been in talks for a little bit about, I've been looking at Ja'Marr Chase for a bit, obviously, as everyone does. And no, I was trying to put together an offer that Greg was interested in. And I knew I had some guys that could definitely help Greg's team compete even more now, while also giving up of what I assumed or what I thought was a fair value for Ja'Marr Chase. Obviously, a future draft capital was going to be crucial for a trade like that to happen, but at the same time, Garrett Wilson has been absolutely balling, and no doubt about it, has a better quarterback now that Joe Burrow's hurt, unfortunately. And Kyron's been, he's definitely been startable and pretty solid, but yeah, it was something that I'd been trying to kind of get some better keepers after the last couple seasons. I guess I wasn't super pumped to keep Jayden Reed this year, so makes my decision making a little bit easier at the end of the year with who I'll be keeping. But at the same time, Greg gets an upgrade this year, and then I mean both those guys you can definitely keep.
Oh yeah.
And if you get value, if you get the 25 plus points from Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields starting for the Jets, so you're going to be happy with that from Garrett Wilson. So it's definitely the type of move that I wanted to do, and I'd like to hear Greg's side too. But glad that we could figure something out. It is a blockbuster trade for sure, and honestly, pretty early in the season compared to like some of these happening like right at the trade deadline.
True, that is a good point. Great, the waiver wires have been active. You know, the trade block is moving. I like it for both teams. You know, Jake's trying to win. He's trying to consolidate his assets. Greg gets a first-round pick, which is worth quite a bit. You guys, we all know. Kyren Williams is a dog. Well, Garrett Wilson can definitely have good games, as we saw this past week.
Yeah. No, I when Jake sent me this, when we kind of talked about it, I wasn't really looking to get rid of Ja'Marr Chase, but because I feel like he'll bounce back. I mean, that he had one game with Browning where he got like 5 points, but the game before that was Browning, he had like 40.
Yeah.
Just makes it a little more inconsistent, I guess. But like Jake kind of sent an offer. I kind of was thinking we kind of tweaked it a little bit to get more draft capital and less players, but like it just kind of it felt like the right time. And I never really thought about getting rid of Ja'Marr Chase, but I just kind of felt like my flex hasn't really been super solid this year, and they kind of solved that problem. And I feel like I have a chance this year if Preston ever cools down. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, I think my first offer was similar, but instead of the first, it was like Devontae. So it was like 3 elite players, or 3 really good players this year. But then it did make a lot more sense for Greg to be looking at that future draft capital. And he's still got really keepers rostered either way, no matter what happens. But yeah, I'm glad that we could figure something out. I saw there's another trade out there.
There is another trade out there, yeah.
Which I don't know why. I don't know if you see the notifications, Greg, but I never see when other trades happen in the league, which kind of sucks.
No, I just go to the league and I go back to see if anything happens.
Oh, really? I get them all because I'm the commish, so I have to approve them.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm surprised that it doesn't send them out to the boys.
In Sleeper, I always get them, but not in this one, in Yahoo.
I don't know. I'd say maybe it's a setting, but it's probably just Yahoo being bad. So, yeah, the other trade was between Nick and I. He needs a tight end. He doesn't need a tight end, but that's like probably the worst position on his team. George Kittle's a dog. He's coming back soon. And I took a shot on the underperforming Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going to hopefully trust the targets and that they turn into some PPR value. So I could use guys on my team that can put up points. Hopefully he becomes one of them, although I'm probably not starting him this week. We'll see. Might have to. I had some injuries, so there was a little bit of a pick swap in there too. I traded up a couple rounds. Chuck in there, so overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm sure Nick is too. I think it made both of our teams better. I have Tyler Warren, so I'm not planning on keeping Kittle. Kittle might outperform Tyler Warren per game rest season, but I'm planning on keeping Tyler Warren, so I'd rather roll with him.
Yeah, and like Nick's team, I mean, he doesn't need to start Brian Thomas Jr. either, where his tight end is right now, but it's going to be an upgrade unless he had Brock Bowers. That's so. I mean, or Warren, I guess. But yeah, that's a good trade.
Alrighty, good call on the trades, Jake. Good call. Now we can peep the matchup previews. So I have to third defense, give myself a good fair shot here. Yeah, Nick's gonna clap my cheeks this week, dude. It's not gonna be good, is it? Josh Allen, Malik Neighbors, George Pickens, McCaffrey, Bucky, Jake Ferguson, Emeka Egbuka. I have to start BTJ because if he has a good week this week, that would be incredible. But yeah, I have to start Travion Henderson this week, I think. I don't know. I've been debating between him and Chase Brown, but Chase Brown's just been so bad, and he's playing in Denver. I just don't want to start any Bengals Denver. Oh. I don't know. I have Travion in my lineup right now. I'm a little concerned. We'll see. Might have to pivot back to Chase Brown, though, just because, I don't know, the name, I guess. It's concerning. My running back situation is not good after James Conner went down. So, team's looking a little rough. Justin Herbert, I think, will outperform his projection, but Josh Allen's probably going to pop off. So, yeah, I'm going to take Nick to win this one. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not feeling so good.
Okay.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
I actually want to know on the stats because I feel like even last year I'd never picked myself to lose, but
yeah, we'll
see.
My team stinks.
I'm gonna pick Nick in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Nick as well, but I don't respect Brian for doing that.
I don't want your respect. I want the statistics.
You might get a negative. Actually, there's no way the Chiefs. Wait, first of all, why are the Chiefs listed as like a red tough matchup against? Wouldn't that mean their offense is good? I'm not. That was an honest question. I swear that was not.
Yes. I mean, you're correct, Jake. Your assumption is correct, but also that's hilarious. Brandon's listening to the show. He's like, "Fuck." Yeah. Well, apparently the Chiefs have put up some points against defenses. I don't know. They probably. I mean, they don't really turn the ball over that much, right?
Nick's probably going to drop Baltimore, right? I mean, because
I would.
I get also, like that the Chiefs have been bad this year, but Baltimore's like been negative twice this year. There's better defenses on the wire for sure.
He would have done it by now, right? I mean, waivers already ran.
Probably.
He didn't put a bid in for Denver. I would have been.
Maybe there's a lot of guys like me rostering 2 defenses right now, which I usually never do. But
once the Broncos defense drops 30 points on the Bengals, like the
they will
did last week,
they probably will.
I'll be laughing to the bank. So yeah, that's the situation in this matchup. Not looking pretty. Not gonna lie. Next up, we got Cade and the curious Jorge. Yeah, I can just never pick George to win a game until he finds a different running back. This team's pretty tough. So he's got some good pieces. Rome has been really good. Jefferson should be solid. Pittsburgh, you can definitely score on, surprisingly. Lamar. I'd be putting A.J. Brown in my lineup if I were George. And I'd probably not be playing Charbonnet. Well, if he's... I don't know. Wait a second. No way. I didn't realize this. Week 2, when Charbonnet played, he had 15 carries and 1 fantasy point.
Is that right?
Yeah, it says 15 attempts,
that's
10
insane.
yards.
That's accurate. That's insane.
I didn't realize that. I thought he just didn't play. Oh my
That's
god.
a Tony Snell game right there.
Yeah, you can't be starting Zach Charbonnet, dude. I don't care. I mean, he's going to be like debatably healthy. It's a Thursday night game. If I were Seattle, I'd hold off a week and I'd be playing him against Tampa just because it is a Thursday game. We'll see. Plays. It sounds like he probably will, but who knows, I guess. I don't think I'd be starting Charbonnet. I'd be probably putting A.J. Brown in for Jacoby Myers. I don't know, is it Kenneth Gainwell? Marks?
I'd say it over Charbonnet, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not feeling good about it.
I don't know why, but I almost felt like I was going to pick George, and the more I look at this, the running backs. When you see a guy like 15 Fab Hunter Henry in the lineup, you want to pick George, but I don't know. I think the Bills might be that team. Like you were talking about 30 points from your defense. Denver, Buffalo probably is going to get close to 20 in this matchup.
Yeah,
it's tough not to pick Cade this week.
I like Quentin Johnston a lot. Cam Scadaboo was a stud last week against the Chiefs. So he was catching a ton of balls. We'll see what happens with Jackson Dart, a much more mobile quarterback. See if he gets the dump offs him like he was with Russ, but JSN, Saquon, Nico Collins. I hate Jared Goff against Cleveland. I would be playing Justin Fields. It's kind of unfortunate.
How many points did they project Jared Goff?
17, which is too high. Too damn high, Greg.
I'd maybe pick up Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers?
Isn't he? I honestly, for like,
I respect that. Is he out there?
I thought he was.
He is. Oh, they play Minnesota.
Or even Carson Wentz, honestly.
I'd rather play Carson Wentz. For sure. Gino
I think I'm honestly just starting Goff either way.
Dude.
I don't see their offensive line doing as bad as ours last week, but then again, week 1, we did, tear the offensive line apart. So I think I would do. I think that's a fair projection for him. Like he might. I just don't think he can underperform that much.
Oh, I think he can, but I don't think it'll matter in the matchup.
Throw a couple screens to Gibbs like they did against us in week 1, and he'll get his points.
Yeah. I'm taking Cade to win. I don't know if there's really an answer.
I am as well.
Yeah, I'll have Cade.
Almost Cade. Up the Kaler. All right. Here we go, gentlemen. It's the marquee matchup. Greg versus Lane. This will be a good one. 2-2-1 teams, similar projections. We've got some stuff to talk about here, I think. Baker Mayfield a little banged up going up against Philly. Keenan Allen's in your lineup. Oh, we got the brand new Garrett Wilson ready to cook at Brock Communities Credit Union. He got a new job this week. Feels good for Garrett.
Working new management.
He's working the ATM drive-through. Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron, both dogs. Jahmyr Gibbs against Cleveland is a tough matchup, but you can't bench him, so you let her ride and hope that
he'll get his screens.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, who was summoned for the first week? I want to say Jahmyr Gibbs got like under 50 yards, but he just caught 15 screens. He's running a PPR scam all game.
That is a good point. Yeah, that was against the Packers. He had like 10 catches
in
that game.
Baker, he kind of owns the Eagles. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but the Bucs have been owning the Eagles randomly the last couple of years. So I feel pretty solid about starting them.
Cool.
I can't believe you just jinxed him like that. On your bench, Greg, I don't know if there's anybody I would start.
I'm thinking Godwin for ETN maybe, but I'll probably still keep ETN. Like Godwin to come back for. I guess if Mike Evans is on track to play though, that might change things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like the idea of stacking. The reason I drafted Godwin,
I was about to say,
I wanted to stack him and Baker at some point this year.
Yeah. I fully agree. Godwin should be in your lineup most weeks this year. I would think, but I don't know if I'd play him week 1.
I was going to say this is disrespectful to Lane. Sorry, but if it was like playing Nick B, I think you'd have to start Godwin and hope the stack does really well. But Lane, you just got to get your points, I think.
Travis Etienne's been very solid.
Yeah.
If it were me, I think I'd be rolling with Etienne. And if Godwin does outscore him on your bench, you're happy because that means you can play him rest of the season.
Yeah.
But,
true.
There's definitely upside there. Chris Godwin could totally have like 30 points. He's a very good wide receiver, and you have Baker, so it would be nice. Lane side of the ball, Jordan Love in Dallas. I'm expecting a bigger game than 17. Ramon-Ra against Cleveland, tough. Marv sucks. Derrick Henry against the Chiefs, a little tougher matchup. Keeps fumbling. Kenneth Walker's 12-point projection. Right, he'll beat that. Yeah, I'd be trying to bench Devonta Smith if I could, but I understand why you'd have him in. And I don't know if he really can. So, fair play.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe Diggs, but it's not 2018 anymore.
Yeah, Diggs is trash. I'd cut Diggs in all honesty.
You got Keenan Allen in the starting lineup for the record, but
Boom. Roasted.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe J.K. Dobbins. Actually, yes. J.K. Dobbins is playing.
But then fine.
Against Cincinnati is a great matchup.
Actually, no, what I'm saying, Lane. Yeah, no, Lane, keep
Devonta Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
keep
if you tell him to do that,
Yeah,
then
start-
he will. And Devonta Smith will have another 20.
Stephon Diggs, yeah.
it
It is 2018.
Stephon Diggs is an elite wide
Actually, we're doing
receiver.
2018.
That's funny. Yeah, if it were me, I'd make that change. And I guess you have to keep Marv in because the rest of his team is, I don't know. You could try Rashid Shaheed, but he's a pretty similar player. I'd probably just roll with Marv and hope that he makes Tud, I guess. I don't know. The Cardinals don't look good. That's what I got. Oh, that's the marquee matchup. So, Jake, who do you got?
Oh man, I was really hoping you were gonna guess first. Give me a little more time.
Well, we can start easy. We
fab.
can start with Greg.
Yeah,
Greg. Let's hear your thoughts.
I think they'll be close, but I'm taking myself. I like the new lineup. I think
Yeah,
Yeah, you're legally obligated to take yourself after giving me shit for not taking myself in not a marquee matchup.
As a Packer fan, I want Jordan Love to get his 30 points, but I think I'm gonna lean Greg's team in this one.
Yeah. I understand. Man. I'm going to go Lane. I'm going to be a little contrarian here.
Ooh.
Greg, you always win when I go against you, so you're welcome.
That's true. You've been saying my team's been I wish you would have said my team's trash. It usually helps me.
Your team is no longer trash.
So that worries me.
That's funny. All right, let me put these in my notes quick. So Jake has Greg. Greg has Greg. And Bryant has... There you go. Marquee matchups. Get them in, gentlemen. All right, next up. Brandon, Manti. Manti's team is really good. But JT's playing in LA, which is a very tough matchup. Josh Jacobs is a great matchup. I don't know what he's dealing with. Limited with an ankle. He'll probably be fine. Yeah, they did the same last week. Tucker Kraft should play. Hopefully he's all right. Puka's a dog. Zay Flowers is a little inconsistent, but can be very good. Breece Hall plays Miami.
I thought there was something bad news-wise about Ted McMillan today. Or is he going to be fine?
Yes.
He's listed as questionable.
Yeah, he's on the Panthers.
Oh,
that is bad news. Yeah.
Yeah,
just get an alert on a random Wednesday that he's on the Panthers.
On the Panthers.
Breaking news: Ted McMillan still plays for Panthers. Yeah, he is dealing with a calf, DNP today. So
okay,
something to definitely keep an eye on if you're Brandon, because that is kind of a big deal. And I guess your pivot is
moving Cortland Sutton and then starting Javonte. Really,
I don't know if I'd play Javonte against Green Bay. I might rather play Juwan if he's
That's
active.
a good point.
You could. I mean, Javonte's been very good, but I don't know. I think the Cowboys lost another lineman this past week. Their guard, I want to say. So they lost their center and they lost their guard. I'd probably be. Bo Nix plays Cincinnati. Caleb Williams plays Vegas. I'd be playing Caleb over Bo Nix, I think.
I'd agree. I think the Broncos are going to get out to a pretty early lead.
Yeah, the thing is, if the Broncos defense shows up, Bo Nix isn't going to have to score, right? I think we're on the same wavelength there. So if it were me, I'd be doing that. Yeah. If Tet's active, you're playing him, and if he's not active, you can. I have no problem between Javonte and Juwan Jennings. You could maybe play Jerry Jeudy too. I don't know. He's been pretty disappointing lately, but Detroit, you can score on Detroit. Not that the Browns will, so that's tough. I think you might be right, Jake. It might just be Javonte. It's tough though. I'm gonna go Manti.
I am also going to take Manti in this one.
Same.
It kind of boils down to that flex for me, and DJ Moore kind of sucks. All right, last but not least, Jake and Lemons. Oh, could this be Lemons' first win of the year? Jake. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We got Dak Prescott versus Jalen Hurts. I really worry about Dak with no CD, no offensive line. Lemons have another quarterback. He has Joe Burrow on the IR. Yeah, if I were Lemons, I think he might have a roster spot. I'd be picking up a quarterback. Anybody we talked about earlier, Carson Wentz, Geno. I don't know if I'd play Aaron Rodgers, but fuck, maybe over Dak I would. Jalen Hurts. Tampa's also not the best matchup in the world, but you're playing Jalen Hurts, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Devontae and DK, I'll take Devontae, assuming he's good to go. Hamstring DNP. That's a little concerning. We'll see. He doesn't usually practice on Wednesdays anyways, according to Yahoo, so tomorrow will be a big day for him, I think. Debo and Golden, I'll take Debo. Sorry, Jake. Although I do respect it, because the upside on Golden is crazy. I'll take Mason over Genty, although Genty plays Chicago, so he might actually have fantasy points this week. James Cook and David Montgomery, I'll take Cook due to matchup. McBride, I'll take over Jawan, but it's closer than you think. And Terry and Chase, you gotta go Chase, but honestly, I don't really like either of them this week against Denver and Atlanta. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, right now,
Jake, I was leaning more Lemons' side when I was rolling through those.
I mean, it's a close. This almost could have been game of the week. This one almost, like, it's a good matchup. Jameson Williams is a guy that, I mean, here's the deal. It's the Browns. The same thing. Like, it'd be impressive if they could throw some bombs against the Browns, and it's just how the line's going to hold up against Myles Garrett and company. And I don't know, like, that was really tough, and we didn't have a chance to throw deep at all. So Jameson feels like I like Matthew Golden feels like the more fun play.
Oh, for sure.
Weird, as I'm a big JAMO guy, but like, that's a fun play this week.
I respect you of your Monday night player in your flex.
As always, thank you.
Good man. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. The defenses are going up against each other. I don't know why anybody would have the Dallas defense on their team.
I mean, the Packers did pretty bad last week, but that's still,
dude,
yeah.
Dallas defense hasn't broken 2 points this year, and they've played the Giants and the Bears.
That's really bad.
Dude, the Dallas defense has to get off your team. Lemons, I want to pick your team to win, but you can't play the Dallas defense. Packers defense I'm kind of okay with. Even against Cleveland last week in a loss, they had 10 points. Cleveland didn't score. The Packers defense looks really good. I actually really want to pick Lemons' team here, but man.
Do
it. So, Jake, you're taking yourself.
Yeah.
I can't do it with Dallas and Dak. Shit. I like James Cook a lot. Trey McBride's good. I don't mind Debo. I don't really like Terry that much. If Terry even plays. I mean, if Terry doesn't play, then you're playing Nick Chubb. Oh, Judkins. Lemons has to get Judkins in the lineup. I don't care about the matchup. You got to get Judkins in there over Terry. Wow. Greg, I assume you're liking Jake a little more here.
I was going to, honestly, I want to take Mike because Jake had Chase in the flex, and I didn't respect that, but it's the Monday night game. I recognize that. That's fine. I kind of got to go Jake until Michael changes his defense. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll say Jake.
I'm doing it too. I'm going Jake, but I don't like it. I swear to God, Jake.
I'm with you. I'm going Jake, but I don't like it.
Jake, if Lemons had any other defense on his team, I would be going Lemons.
I think he's going to have a different defense, so make your pick.
I don't think he will.
He's going to pick a different defense. Let's take a look at the waiver wire. Let's see what defense he can pick up.
This might be Mike's best shot till week 9 when he plays George. I'm not going to lie. No, then that's not because your team's bad, Jake. I just feel like this is Mike's due, you know?
No, this is a good shot. He's favored in the matchup.
They're football terrorists. You picked them up on 9-11.
Let's take a look at some of the defenses. Can we take a look at some of the defenses?
All right,
I'll put it in the chat. I want you guys to pick his team.
All right.
All right, just for that, I'm picking Mike just because Jake's asking.
There are good defenses out there. It's just whether or not Lemons will actually make the move.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm
Houston
doing it,
against
Jake. I'm
Tennessee.
doing it. I'm taking Lemons. I'm doing it.
You know what? Commissioner, add Houston to his lineup right now.
yeah. Let me just pick him up quick.
You can do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
There are defenses out there. You're absolutely correct. Seattle's defense, I don't mind. Patriots, good. Texans, good. I don't know if I'd play the Chargers defense against the Giants. So, a rookie quarterback. You could try it. Yeah. I'm going Lemons. I don't care.
This Lemons team is in really dangerous territory here because he's the Rashee Rice owner, and by week 6, he could be 2-4 or 1-5 easily.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all. And just for the record, as of this year, I am 60% on picks for the matchups. Jake, you are 73%. And the guest is
huge.
80%.
I'm going to get worse just because my team got a little bit worse from that trade, and I pick myself every week. But you know what? Still good, really good percentage. Wait, what did you say the percentage of
the guest
game of the weeks?
Oh, the game of the weeks. Let me see if I can figure it out. So you
don't have it. Tell me.
Well, you're asking like the average correct percentage.
It's actually a really small sample size so far,
it is.
So it's not even that impressive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 70% week 1, 60% week 2, and week 3 was 20%. So,
Yeah, you really let us down last week, Brian.
50%. Yeah, I really did. 50% on average is a marquee matchup. So it's 50-50.
Nice.
All right. One more segment, gentlemen. Jake, rev up your finger. Whoa, that isn't incredibly sexual, but it just sounds weird. I'm gonna hit it. I don't like the way that sounded. All right, what do we got here for roast? All right, last week, Nick lost. All right, Nick. Continuously starting the Baltimore defense and expecting to win is like calling yourself a 3 times champ and expecting another ship.
Boom. Roasted.
George. Even after all those trades, your team is still trash. I hope A.J. Brown looks good on your bench, bro.
Boom. Roasted.
The biggest thing to remember
is
we're dead.
Lemons. When I look at your name on this list every week, my face looks like I just ate a lemon.
Boom. Roasted.
Last but not least, Laner. Your boy Henry needs Stickum, not a walker, dude. He coughs up more balls than Riley Reed, allegedly. Jake told me who that was. I don't know who that is.
Boom. Roasted.
It's true, right, Jake?
Yep.
Nice. All right, gentlemen. That about does it for the show this week. So I'd like to wish everybody wonderful luck this week, other than Nick, Lane, and Lemons, I guess. Well, you know what? I can't do it to you again, Jake, because you won last week, didn't you? After I wished you bad luck, pretty sure.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
Which was the first time, I think, maybe.
It is in the history
ever.
of the rewind. Yeah, you're right. All right, so bad luck to Lemons. Good luck to Jake. Yeah, there we go. We're back on track. You'll keep losing now.
Nice.
Trust. Greg, thanks for swinging by with the boys.
Appreciate having me on.
We will see y'all next week.